the most frightening part for me, I think, was how she was telling the story with her feet. Because every time she was like, Cayla, you don't even know, and the toes would expand, and then they'd curl back up, and then, I remember, she's getting ready, and I'm wondering if she's, like, showing me what her toes were doing in the middle of birth. But regardless of what it was, I'm never having a kid.
Yes, I'm in designer. If I see her, then I got her, bro. Yes, I am a dog with these diamonds on my collar.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Be Clear. This is episode 16, and today I have my lifelong friend, well, almost, right? Since 15, I'd say. 15? 15 years old. Cheri. And she is so funny and so hysterical, so I thought who better than to have as a guest host than you.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, you like it?
I love this.
Welcome.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So the one thing that Cheri and I don't have in common is children.
Which I always knew was going to be the way.
You're right. So, but when I was young, there was a different plan. I did have a different plan in my head. No, I did think I was going to have kids by like 26 and whatever. Back then.
You tossed up the idea.
I tossed up the idea.
One boy.
A boy.
We had a
Correct.
name.
I
we
did.
don't have to say the name,
we
but
don't,
we know.
But we did have a name, yep. And I always, if I still to this day, if I had children, I would want boys. And you do have, you are a boy mom, you have 3 boys. And so I thought that we could talk about, since we're so opposite and when it comes to this topic, what it's like being a mom, what it was like giving birth to your children. Pretty much all you're going to do is give me more reasons to probably not want to have children.
That's an excellent topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So your firstborn, Bryce, is how old now?
7.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. He's going to be 8 in 2 months.
What the frick?
I know.
It's nuts.
I remember telling you I was pregnant.
Yeah.
One thing I think a lot of women realize is the things they don't tell you that are going to happen. You're so blindsided.
With pregnancy? With what comes
delivery.
with it? And delivery.
Yeah. It's more like, oh, this is wonderful. Oh, you're going to have a baby. It's all happy things. Even women that have had children don't talk about what happens behind that door. When
the door closes.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to tell me what happens because you've been there, right, in the front lines.
Right.
And I have a feeling that it's going to, just kind of make me stand where I'm standing and just stay single and no babies forever. So please, tell me, let's talk about your first delivery with your son Bryce, who's now 7 years old. Tell me how that went. He's your baby.
Well, you're so nervous. There's no woman that can say they go into that room and don't feel like what it's going to happen. You're on this roller coaster.
Yeah.
You can't get off. No matter what, you're either going to have a C-section or you're going to push that baby right out your vagina.
Right.
And it's looking you right in the face in that moment.
Really? Did you just... I just heard, oh. You didn't say that? Where the fuck did that come from? It's my inner demon speaking. Fuck. I just heard a fucking man's voice. Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Your voices in your head.
Jesus, I just admitted. Guys, there's voices in my head. Voices in my head. All right, so yeah. No one can prepare you for what's going to happen, and you're on a roller coaster of emotions. Right? What does it feel like to describe to me, because I do like to think that I have a very high pain tolerance.
You do.
But I've also never really been. Would you compare it to cramps? Because I don't really get those.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh, all right. And you also have no idea if it's the real time, if it's not. There's so much discomfort leading up to the delivery of your child. But when you know, because you can't text. You can't be like, hey, Ma, I'm in labor. No, there's none of that.
There's none of that. It's
right. It's like the movies. Like, oh, my God. Then you're there. You go to the hospital. And all of a sudden, they're like, just take your legs. Just open them up. Just open them up. And there's 12 people in the room. She's like, let me just take your knees, and we're just going to open up, okay? And you're like, first timer,
And who's in the room? there's 12 people in the room?
Like in and out. I'm like, what do you have, a secretary? Like who, and everyone's changing shifts. You're like, I just got used to Melissa over here.
Oh, God. See, I don't think I'd want that.
No.
I'd only want it to be me.
And I'm not even conservative. You know that. All my friends have seen me naked. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, but I would still probably only want the person who did that to me, and then
right,
and then.
But do you?
Nurse.
That's like looking in the kitchen of your favorite restaurant.
That's true.
Do you want him? Do you? In that moment, you're kind of like, bro, stay behind.
That was such a good thing, because you never want to look in the kitchen of your favorite restaurant.
Never.
Oh, never. So maybe everything is better if you just go in alone, just as a mother. I don't know. Maybe just you and your mother. You and your mother.
Thinking.
Take my mother with me. Yeah. You don't want to see inside your favorite kitchen.
Most men are useless because they're so friggin' scared.
Right.
And you're like, just sit down. Just, like with Derek, they're like, the dad needs a chair. He's turning green. I'm like, oh, fucking good for you.
So did he stand there and like right in the open field?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah. I was over it after a while. Yeah.
Standing there waiting for the pitch.
And he ended up being awesome. But you can't, someone you love is in that much pain and that nervous, and the moment's like, oh my God.
Right.
No man is like, I got it. First time.
I got this handled.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
So what happened to me personally with my first was there can be all different type of complications, which comes with, it just becomes so scary sometimes.
Now, you planned on having regular labor, natural childbirth. Okay.
No, I wanted an epidural.
You wanted an epidural. Okay.
I just heard so many stories, and if you get it too late, then you can't get it. And I'm like, oh, I definitely want that then. Yeah, give me that.
You get the epidural when you do a natural one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. You get like a spinal, I think. I don't know. I've never had a C-section, but
all right.
Something similar, just numb.
Okay. So right now you're a professional at pushing them out.
Professional.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Still healing. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Derek, they get him a chair. He's turning green.
Yeah, he's turning green. They're like, Cheri, listen, he's losing oxygen. We don't really hear his heartbeat. No, not Derek, the baby.
Oh!
They got like a monitor.
Are they even paying attention to you at this point? Oh my God!
They're like, get her out of the
Derek
bed.
A chair.
Get him in the bed.
Switch him out. Okay, so not Derek, but the baby wasn't getting air, which is scary. That's not funny.
Right. Well, not air. It's
not
like,
that it'd be funny if Derek wasn't getting air,
but
you know. Yeah. So yes,
the baby's heart rate kept dropping.
Yeah.
So they're like, Cheri, and I have my epidural, so I'm like numb, here down.
So the epidural's done. Okay.
Yep. And she's like, Cheri, I'm gonna need you to stand on your knees. I'm like, on my knees? I'm like, I just had an epidural. What do you mean on my knees? She's like, you can do it. Start with rolling on your side. I'm like, rolling on my side.
So an epidural, sorry, I've never had one before, but it makes you numb, I'm guessing?
So like you just lean over and you just pray real quick, and they just put this big old thing like a coat hanger. She's like, Derek had to leave the friggin' room. Everybody's got to leave the room. I'm like, yeah, no, this is what I want. I totally signed up for this. Fine, just do it. Right? So then you lay down, and it just feels like super warm. You're like, and the contractions kind of fizzle out. You're like, all right, okay, I can do this. Until the doc's like, I need you on your side, and then I'm gonna need you in like. She wanted me in like a downward dog. I'm like, I'm basically like paralyzed from the friggin'
That's
waist
what
down.
It does to you,
right?
Okay.
So she's like, all right, get on your side. I'm like, I'm gonna need Mary here to help. So she's like, all right, put her on her side. Put her on her side. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my side. She's like, Cheri, just get on your side now. And I'm like,
wait, you fell?
Like, flop.
So it was literally like you just don't have use of your bottom half.
No!
What half don't you have use of?
The whole bottom.
The whole bottom.
Right, so she's like, hey, Cheri, get on your knees. I'm like, yeah, all right. So I'm like a freaking calf fresh out of the mother's womb in the field, you know? I'm like, yeah, no. I totally feel confident standing up on the old... She's like, I hear this bing bong. I'm like, what's that? She's like, oh, your mother wants to come in. I'm like, oh, great. Send her in. So then they eventually flip me on my side.
Now that we all have a fucking visual. The fuck?
Imagine that. Your mother, bing bong. You're like,
I couldn't have not only did you just get on all fours on the table, but you were trembling. I'm assuming that's what it was like when you were in live concert. Okay.
That's nothing.
Jesus Christ.
So then she's like, all right, we got his oxygen. You got to stop pushing. You're 10 centimeters. I'm like, oh, great news. I can friggin' push him out, you know?
On all fours.
No, now she's got me back on my back.
Oh.
She's like, we got him in a good spot. He's in the birth canal. I don't know what's happening.
They were trying to roll the kid around by...
Right.
Okay.
Right. Releasing pressure, I guess. They can kind of get squished in the birth canal and lose some... Their heart can't... I don't know. I was like, whatever you say.
Honestly, after that demonstration alone, I never want to give birth.
That's nothing.
Okay, we haven't even gotten to it.
Right.
Right, okay.
Right.
Sorry. Well, I'm telling you, I'm already jumped off the boat.
And you're so scared.
I'm off the wagon.
You think you know because movies and stuff, but you don't really know. You're just like, okay, whatever you say. Yeah. You know, your legs
Yeah, because they don't show what you just showed me in the movies.
No. Right, and I was up there for a while. Trembling like an SOB. I'm like, this must look so freaking hot. Right? My husband's brought out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with this.
Right. He's probably like, she looks like a goddamn cow, you know?
Oh, God. Oh, God. See, yeah, if they stay after witnessing shit like this, you know it's love.
That's right.
Okay, so.
I think he just felt bad. He's like, well, now she's humiliated. You know?
I got to stay with her.
Her mom's ringing the friggin' bell. I'm like,
my God,
can you give me 5, Ma? Can you give me 5? So then they're like, all right, get her on her back. And everyone's like, all right, get her on her back.
All 12 people that are here.
Right. Get me on my back. I'm just rolling everywhere.
Okay.
I get on my back. She's like, it's time to push. I'm like, oh, okay. Wow, all right. I'm so freaking nervous. Okay, like,
yeah.
Am I going to be able to do this? Am I not? So, like, the first push, you're like, oh, wow. And she's like, no, you got to, like, wicked push. You're like, oh. What? All right. So, like, picture pushing harder than you've ever pushed in your life, like a friggin', he was like, my husband's like, there's like a lightning bolt on your forehead. Can you chill? I'm like, no, I think this is the way to go.
My stepmother popped her eye vessel when she had
See?
Tony. Like,
See?
literally her whole eye was like,
yes.
Something not, that's out of a movie. But yeah, okay.
No, that's a lot of women that happens to.
Yep.
I don't want to be like gross, but picture pushing the hardest you've ever pushed in your life.
Luckily, I've never had to push that hard.
Right. You could, though, because you get angry. You get to a point where, you know?
Yeah. You just get me riled up and angry before a pregnancy, and that thing will just fall right out. You never know.
Hey, I know what side to stay on with you. So, then I'm on my back, right? She's like, push, da-da-da. I'm pushing so freaking hard. She's like, you're doing really good, really good. And I'm like, dying. I have no more strength left. I'm sweating balls, right?
Oh, God.
Your legs are like, like this. Everyone in the room is cued in on this right here. Okay? Picture this with like 12 people like, you can do it, yeah!
Not even I was prepared for this. Welcome to Let's Be Clear, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I'm pushing, right? I'm pushing to Cayla. I really want you to really know what happened. I'm pushing so hard, and I got this Irish woman, Mary, right here, and she's like, "Gut mod, Cheri, gut mod." I'm like, "You're right, Mary." I'm getting so mad, and I'm pushing so hard, and I'm getting so frustrated because he won't come out. My doctor's like, "Cheri, if you don't get him this way, we're gonna have to take him this way." I'm like, "No," you know, oh, terrible, like as if this way is gonna be wonderful. And she's like, I'm like, do you have a vacuum or something? I'm so out of breath. I can't even take it. I think
vacuum?
I'm gonna anything. Kayla, when you get to that point, you would do anything. Anything.
I feel like you're talking to me with your feet right now because every time you say something, they either.
We should have brought stirrups. So this is the best. Ready? So then she tells me, Cheri, if you don't get him this way, like in the next couple pushes, we're going to have to go this way. I'm like, oh my God, something just clicked. I'm like, okay. So I friggin' push so hard, my whole body's shaking, and all of a sudden the doctor's like, oh, Cheri, oh my God, I can see his head. He's down. I can see his head. I look at Derek, I'm like, you can see his head. Can you see his head? He's like, yeah. Oh yeah, I see his head. I'm like, all right. She's like, Cheri, if you want, you can reach down, you can touch his head. I'm like, oh my God.
They let you do that?
I didn't know. This is the first time thing. I'm like, I can touch his head, right? So I reached down. I'm like,
oh God,
I'm gonna touch my kid's head, right? I couldn't believe it. I was like, and I went right past my vagina and I rubbed my butthole and I went, oh. And she's like, that's not him. That was your butthole, Cheri. In front of.
Guys, I'm sorry, but the show's over. That's it for today. What the fuck? I do not know that story.
I never told you?
Why did you moan?
Because I felt something in my heart. I just touched my son. But I didn't, Kayla. I viciously, oh, there he is. But it was my butthole, Kayla.
But how big would your butthole have to be to get it confused with the size of a child's head?
I think everything was just
I don't know what to... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And you went, oh!
I yelled out like a friggin' dope.
Hurley?
I felt something right here. Imagine?
So... No, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. So that's the story.
So the doctor's like, I think she contemplated, do I tell her that wasn't his head? She was like, oh, Cheri, that... And Derek grabbed my wrist and was like, babe, no. Up here. I was like, right, yeah, okay.
But wouldn't you have had to... I mean, I don't want to get technical with it, but wouldn't you have had to move past the head to get to the butt? I'm trying to understand.
Oh, I friggin'...
Weren't you...
Skated right past that. I was so excited.
What if you poked him in the eye? You weren't soft and patient with it?
No, I was ready.
Oh my God.
So then everyone's laughing, and I'm dying laughing. The friggin' Mary, the Irish woman, she's cackling. My doctor's knee slapping. How do you move past that?
Don't. I don't know if I'm ever gonna.
Right? Is that not the best?
I don't know if Hurley's going to ever move. He's never got a visual like that in any podcast that we've had in this recording studio since the start of time. No one has ever had their legs up on the counter like that, or whatever you want to call this. So, yeah, total visual. I can envision it like I was in the hospital room. Hurley, can you?
Hurley's sweating.
I don't even know what to say.
The most frightening part for me, I think, was how she was telling the story with her feet. Because every time she was like, Cayla, you don't even know, and the toes would expand, and then they'd curl back up, and then, I remember, she's getting ready, and I'm wondering if she's, showing me what her toes were doing in the middle of birth. But regardless of what it was, I'm never having a kid.
Right?
Ever.
And no one talks about, hey, there's a chance that your two holes can become one, and you can tear all the way, and then you need stitches.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Your two holes can become one.
Basically.
So I wanted to ask.
Not literally, but yep. And then she's sewing you up like Cinderella's sashes, and you're just oh, my baby, and you don't even care.
I got to ask you, because this is always, and this is something you don't have to share if you don't want to, but I really got to know. Does it do something to you? Or do you snap back? Does it ruin you? Or do you snap back?
I think everyone's different.
Okay.
I think no vagina is ever the same after childbirth.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because we were having a discussion out there, and one of the guys out there told me, "Oh no, I've seen it. It snaps right back." And I was like, "I really don't think so."
Takes some time.
Like a lot of time. Like I don't think you just like pop out a body and then you snap back. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yeah.
So right now, it's going pretty good down there for me. And I don't know if I want to mess it up.
I know. We talked about it.
Yeah.
You got a nice one.
I mean,
mine looks like one of them inside out umbrellas, No, just kidding. No, she's all right.
I'll be honest, now that I know that not only is it never the same, but your two holes can become one, you've lost me there.
Yeah.
I don't care how in love I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to just have puppies.
That's a good idea.
I'm a great puppy mom. I think I'd be a good mother, but I don't necessarily think it's a necessity for me.
Right. And if you're there, then don't do it.
I'm here.
Yeah.
But it is also a beautiful thing. We don't want to knock it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Ever.
Let's not talk about only the negative. Let's bring up the positives. You love your kids.
Obsessed.
Yep. You've had 3 of them. They're all boys. I think you were trying to have 1 girl, probably.
I was honestly okay either way. I kind of knew I would have 3 boys because Derek came from 3 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. My father's 3 boys.
I can't do the drama. I cannot.
Yeah, no kid.
I'm not like a drama type of chick.
Yeah, I don't want a girl.
Nope.
But
I love my nieces to death. It's like the perfect scenario.
Perfect scenario.
For me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your sister deals with them. Now, did it get easier as the births went on?
Having them?
Yeah.
Yep.
It did?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the first time was the worst, and then it just gets easier and easier.
Exactly. First time was the worst. I pushed for like ever.
Okay.
Second time, it was like 4 or 5 pushes. The third one, the doctor's like, "Whoa, too fast." And I was like, "I only have 1 speed."
Oh, you were about to send him out like a rocket.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Geronimo!"
Treehouse!
Grum in Grum's pool. Remember them?
Oh my God. This girl had her over my grandmother's pool when we were children, and she freaking, there's a few
Everyone
few
was
people
doing
over.
tricks.
Yeah, and you cannonballed, and her line while she cannonballed was
Treehouse!
Treehouse! I don't know. But yeah, so, okay. You've done it. I think you've done it. I thought maybe that there would be some sort of story included in your big reveal that would make me potentially want to have kids someday. But
if you come over and play with them,
I know. See, that's the thing. I just want to play with one and then give it back.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. But I also would like a child that looks like me.
Yep.
Has my genes.
Change your whole world.
Yeah, but if I do have children, which I don't think is going to happen because I'm getting up there, and I think around this time you got to start freezing your eggs. I'm not sure the logistics of it, but I think I'm getting close. When you get to that point, I'd have to be like madly in love with this person, and then if I did, I'd probably just schedule a C-section because nowadays the lines are like this big. You never know. Then you keep your vagina intact. Nothing, no holes connect to the other. Everything's great. You got the one hole, the other hole. Everybody's got their own holes.
Everybody stays in their lane.
Yeah, everyone stays in their own hole lane, and that's kind of what I want.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Now, do they recommend can Kegels snap it back?
Sure can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Right after the baby, I stood up. They're like, "We want you to try and stand up, go use the bathroom." And I was like, "Oh, all right. Okay, I can." Yeah. And it was just came out all over the floor.
What came out all over the floor?
Pee.
Oh. I'm like, the kid? The placenta? What? What's on the floor?
It was pee.
Oh. So you
like
got
just
almost...
when I thought I was like getting super sexy and it was over, I was getting my groove back.
So do you have to...
Hey, stand up and be all over yourself right in front of your husband. I'm like, all right.
So after you push it out, does it like fuck you up to the point that you don't know? You got to like retrain you to hold the clothes?
Yes. They're like, okay, we're going to put an ice diaper on you. I'm like, all right, what's this? She's like, well, your vagina has swollen to 10 times its size. So just put your knees down. Just put your knees down. I'm like, oh, we're going to do this again. Okay. And I'm just going to tuck in a nice ice diaper.
Oh, my
God. And she
God.
puts a baby diaper full of ice on your vag, and then she's like, gets this net-looking underwear that's like, you could like hang it up like it's a t-shirt, you know?
So you just keep getting sexier.
Shimmy this on your little numb legs. And she puts it on, and you're like, oh.
And how long do you have to wear your diaper?
Like a day or two. Till the swelling goes down.
It doesn't sound fun. And
then you go home with a bottle like this.
Yeah.
With a little sprout.
Yeah.
Because you can't use toilet paper because it might catch on your stitches.
Oh, my God.
So they're like, use warm water and just spray that.
Oh, wait. So after you push it out, they stitch you up?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Not everybody tears.
Okay.
God shines his light on some people.
There are some people that don't tear at all.
Right.
Some people can just stretch open.
I like
and
to
then...
call that a wide set vagina.
So if you don't have a wide set vagina, in most
You're
cases,
gonna tear.
You're going to tear. Okay,
But you should also, when you're dating someone, like, do they have a big head? Because they're probably going to make me produce a baby with a large head.
Oh, wow. That's
Most of my
important
friends,
to
if
keep
their
in
men
mind.
have big heads,
You
that baby has a big head.
Do you picture me having kids now that we're where we're at, or did you ever at one point?
Never.
Never.
Only if you got with the perfect Italian and he wanted kids real bad and everything just lined up and you never got in fights or friggin' got mad and stuff like that and it was like miracle type shit.
Yeah.
Then yeah. But otherwise growing up I'm like, No, she ain't. No. She's going to do a podcast and have me on it.
And have no kids whatsoever.
No, it's not that I think you're going to do. You look at you. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Okay, but this,
all right.
But I just wonder, because sometimes I get sad when I think, I'm never going to reproduce. Because I should never say never. Yeah, I'm not.
It's because you haven't met the right person. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that were like, I'll never have kids. Are you kidding me? Blah, 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 blah. Then they fall in love and they're like, obviously, I want to have a kid with you. Hello.
But do I love anyone enough to push a child? Do I love anyone enough to tear my vagina open is the question.
Right. Because, listen, you have openly talked to me about vagina where you got a nice vagina.
I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, I've been told it's okay.
And I think that if a woman is to tell her girlfriend that she cares about, the look of her vagina, I don't see that woman pushing out a kid.
I hope a lot of you have got many visuals from this episode, not only of the ones that Cheri has given, but now the visual she has drawn of my own extremities.
It could be in a museum.
Oh, my God. You know what?
When you have your merch, you should do like a mold.
Oh my God! Oh my! You know who?
Let's be clear.
Are you watching this?
Guys, I haven't been out in a while. Okay, I got 3 kids. This is a good time.
Oh my God! For the record, let's be clear, there will be no vagina molds on my merch.
Never say never.
Never say never.
You know who would love that? Your friends there.
Oh yeah, they would love it. Yeah, Esther and Kirill would like
would
that.
love that.
I think Kirill would like it more. So Esther might be like, I'm not sure that's a good idea. I don't know. But yeah, no. If anything, I wouldn't say that would go in a museum. If anything, I'd say my other talents belong in a museum that I don't use.
I know those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and it's so, and, I get this, we're not going to go there, but I get this crush right now. And I'm not going to tell you, either of you, who it is. And it's such a weird thing because I'm not even going to talk any further.
No, I'm like flipping out, need to know, need to meet him, because there's never a crush.
Ever. Make that clear. Let's be clear. Because
never, there is never a crush.
I have had crushes on very few people for my age. Very few. And the weird thing is I make it seem like I got this whole, type, which I do. I guess if you put them all into a category, they all have some similarities. But it's the worst type possible.
Really?
In the past, have you ever seen me date anybody that's a good type?
Nope.
Well, thanks, Cheri.
So this one falls right into it?
Yeah, so he falls right into that category.
Oh, my God.
For sure. I would say I should stop before I start. Nothing has happened. It's just something that's stirring in my mind.
But you could probably already play out what's going to happen.
No, I don't think I'm gonna play out anything. I don't think I'm gonna play out anything. And I know we're talking about childbirth, but we're going into the fact that
he's got a big head, don't he?
No. I gotta check that out. No, I wouldn't procreate with this person.
All right.
This would just be more of like a fun thing that I got this weird attraction to. But I don't think people realize, especially around me that haven't known me as long as you have, that when I say I don't ever like anybody, that's really the truth. I think people think that
You're
just saying that.
You're an extremely interesting human being.
When it comes to, yeah.
And that's not bad. It's just you're unique. Very unique.
That's a good word for it.
It's what it is.
Yeah. Hurley, would you call me unique?
Yep.
Earl?
Oh no, it's catching on.
Oh God. But yeah. So I don't know what type of questions you have, but as far as the crush goes, it's stupid. Let's put it that way.
Can you show me a picture when this is over?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so procreating, no. There is one person I think I would have done that with. And we're not going to say anything, but I think you know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's the only person. No boyfriends I've had. Not a boyfriend. Okay, you know who it is. Yeah. And that's it. And that's because whoever I end up with, that I have a kid with, and I think you have this with Derek, because you're madly in love with Derek, which is still, you love your Derek still after all these years.
God.
And I was with you on your first date. I was with her on her first date with Derek.
And you want to know what Cayla said on my first date?
What did I say?
I bet you don't even remember. It's typical Cayla. You're like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this.
We were at that place on Route 1.
Sparrows on 114.
Sparrows, which is now knocked down, and it's a
And Derek's like really shy. Poor guy.
He was so quiet. He barely said boo.
Yep.
Oh God, what did I say? I'm so scared. We're talking. How many years ago we talking? On your first date with Derek,
This was 15 years ago.
Okay, so what did I say? 15.
You're like, do you like his balls, Cheri?
I asked you if you liked his balls.
Do you like his package?
Yeah. Oh, his package.
Yeah.
As a whole. Not just his balls.
Right. No.
Okay,
no.
well, you said you like his balls, so I was like,
right.
oh, did I have a ball infatuation?
It went on. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was like, do you like his...
Yeah, because I feel like that's important.
It is.
I feel like...
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know why, it's not like I've seen many, but I feel like if you are in love,
that's got to be
the
important.
whole package is going to be adored on both ends.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You want to love the package.
Big time.
So I asked you, to be clear, I didn't say, do you love his balls, ladies and gentlemen. I said, do you love the package? Or did I say? It's possible I said balls. I could have said balls and meant the whole thing. I don't know. Nothing. Whatever comes out of my mouth. I could have meant the hot dog and the beans, but I might have only said beans, hot dog. Who knows? One or the other.
But we also have that kind of relationship.
Yep.
Where you can ask me anything.
And
I feel
can
like
ask
you give me like the every 5. You guys still fuck a lot.
I feel like in order to have a successful relationship, that you can never stop the intimacy.
Never, or else it's not a relationship anymore. It's like a.
And I've stated that
roommate.
before on here, and it's not like I'm the professional, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like in order to have a successful anything, whether it be you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, or whether you be married, especially marriage, you have to keep the fire going, and you have to. Got to learn new tricks.
Humans.
Learn them,
and we need love. We need affection. We need that.
Yeah, and. And if your husband's got some weird fetish for, I don't know, some sort of trick, learn how to do it. Make him happy.
Learn how to do it. The old internet's right in your pocket,
Google that shit.
YouTube it. Figure it out.
Oh, my God. So that's good for you. I love that for you. I love that you still, I don't think I've asked you recently if you're still,
Still banging.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's great.
Scar tissue and all.
Yeah, scar tissue.
It doesn't change your sex life at all. Having babies does not change your sex life.
Wow.
If you're with someone that loves you. If anything, sex gets better as you are longer together.
Okay, because if you're with it, not for nothing, because Hurley got upset the other day when I made like a reference to, I kind of said guys as a whole, and it's not all guys when I say something, right? Because you were like, not me. And I was like, all right, Hurley, well, I'm sorry, everybody but you.
Just trying to defend myself.
Yeah, well, no, because there are some good guys out there. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I would say that a lot of men, you're lucky because Dennis, his name's Derek, but I call him Dennis. Dennis, the menace, is not one of those guys. But I feel like some guys, once the female gives birth to their child, they lose interest.
Not at all.
Not with you. No. But do you think that happens? Have you heard that happen in other cases?
I think a lot of times it's more the woman. Like, I'm just so tired.
Right.
And I've gained like 70 pounds.
Right. So after the woman gives birth, they aren't really feeling sexy, which might make them not want to.
You got to work on it.
Do
you can't
it
just
with
let
the guy.
Go.
Right. But I feel like what happens, and girls don't realize it, is when they're doing that whole, I feel whatever and I'm tired, the guy is slowly calculating. Yep. Not Hurley.
Not Hurley, though.
Not Hurley.
He's on it.
But, listen.
Is Hurley married?
No.
Oh, but he would never when he
would never. Hurley's a good guy.
Oh, stop it, guys.
No, but like you can tell good ones from the bad ones. You know what I mean? And like what I was saying earlier is I got an eye for the bad ones, and it's like I know it's gonna cause me trouble, but I still want to go there.
You love it. You love a chase. I do in a certain way. I like a chase, but not to the point where like I got to roll out of the car to show them.
Right.
Right. On the highway. I don't know. Drive over some front steps,
Oh my God, we won't even get into that. This episode, I don't even know if it was just about childbirth. This was about more than childbirth, I'd say. Mostly childbirth, I think.
Let me tell you something, though.
Yep.
You would be an incredible mother because you're so loving. And if your people are your people.
They are.
I'll still be your friend when I'm 95
when you're
years old.
95, yep.
Because that's how you are.
Yep.
You're so loyal like that, and your family is everything. You would be an awesome mother. If a stork dropped it off.
Exactly. I would be if somebody dropped one off in my lap.
If you paid $25,000 for a surrogate.
But to conclude this episode, 40 minutes later, my mind has still not changed. I'm not getting pregnant anytime soon, and I'll be damned if there's somebody out there who makes me want to be.
I think I think
I'll
you
be
will.
damned.
I think you will get married.
Really? What, at like 65?
I think like 40.
Really? Interesting. Because I don't really like older men. I kind of feel like I'm still 27, but I'm not. But I think I'm still stuck there because, I wasted my youth at home.
Remember
not
how
doing
many
anything.
nights I tried to get you to not do that?
So like I feel like my brain is still attracted to, not that I'm immature. I mean, I'm immature to an extent in certain areas, but I feel like I'm not going to want an older man, and I feel like that's probably where the success rate will be for me. But I don't want that.
You could marry a guy a couple of years younger.
I feel like
Coug it out.
Well, yep. So thank you for tuning in to Let's Be Clear. Cheri, thank you so much for coming
22-year-old.
on. Oh, God.
Where are we going after this? I'll find
just
him.
put me in a basement and lock me up. Yep. So anyway, please like, listen, subscribe, stream, tune in, download, all that stuff. And we'll be back next week. So bye, bitches.
Yes, I'm in designer. If I see her, then I got her, bro. Yes, I am a dog with these diamonds on my collar.